I hereby call the Youth Commission meeting to order on Monday, October 20th, 2025 at 6:03 p.m. Recording Secretary, can you please conduct roll call?
Yes. Youth Commission Member Luis.
Here.
Youth Commission Member Munoz.
Here.
Youth Commission Member Rodriguez.
Present.
Vice Chair Benitez.
Here.
And Chair Malfavon.
Here.
Records show you have 5 members present. Chair Malfavon, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. If able, will you please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance? Now we have the public comments section. This is the time for the commission to receive comments from the public. We will not accept any additional requests for speaker cards once we begin the public comment session. If you have not already, please submit your request to the recording secretary. Speakers will have 3 minutes to speak. For speakers on Zoom, you must dial 9 from your phone or click the button labeled Raise Your Hand Now to be in the speaker queue once public comments commence. Recording secretary, do you have any public speakers in person or on Zoom?
At this time, there are none.
Thank you. Next is the consent calendar, items 1 and 2. Commission members, are there any items you wish to pull from the consent calendar? Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I motion to approve consent calendar.
I second the motion. Madam Secretary, will you please conduct a roll call vote?
Yes. Motion by Vice Chair Benitez and seconded by Chair Malfavon to approve items 1 and 2 of the consent calendar. Youth Commission Member Luis.
Yes.
Youth Commission Member Munoz.
Yes.
Youth Commission Member Rodriguez.
Yes.
Vice Chair Benitez.
Yes.
And Chair Malfavon.
Yes.
Vote is 5 ayes, 0 nays. That motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Now we will move on to the business calendar section of the agenda. I will turn it over to Executive Director Hawk Scott to present the proposed 2026 Youth Commission meeting schedule and locations.
All right. Hi, everybody. Chair, Vice Chair, and Youth Commissioners. Good to see you guys all. Looking great in those Parks and Recreation shirts. So awesome, awesome. If you turn to your page in your little packet, this is the recommended Youth Commission meeting schedule. It's that time of year to set it for 2026. So just want to get your inputs, thoughts, and if you guys are okay with it, we could possibly take a vote. We kept the same what we did last year, where we had some meetings here as well as we took some on the road. So this year we will head to the Santa Ana Senior Center again. We will also head to the newly community center out at Santa Anita that will be open by March 16th. And of course, we want to get you guys back out to the zoo right as we start our summer season, because there's a lot of great things happening. Ethan will give you guys a great report. And then we also want to show off one of our 2 new libraries, or not new libraries, renovated libraries. So in October, we'd like to head on over to the New Hope Library first, and then once we hit into 2027, then we'll come hit the main library as well too. So, and then what I did is I kept it constant with the Parks Commission, and for November and December, I kept them, we modified them into one to right at the middle, just so, you know, we're not running into the holidays and elections and all that other things that go on during that time. So we just have one in December. So we'll have 11 meetings. The majority of them will be here at the City Council, but we will have 4 where we go on the road again. So at this time, I'll turn it over to you guys for any comments or any suggestions, and if you guys do like it, we can take a vote on it to approve. So this will be our youth meeting schedule calendar for 2026.
Do we all think that we can probably work with this schedule? Because I want to make sure that we can get the most amount of meetings we can get, so we can just keep giving our input to the Santa Ana Zoo, library, parks, and all that good stuff.
If I could make one comment, like I said, this is the regularly scheduled. It doesn't stop us from any time throughout the year having a special meeting, which again, we've done tours at the zoo. We can, do, anytime we get you guys together, we can always do a special meeting for tours and stuff like that. But this is for, the regular basic year schedule that is on, you can have 12, once a month. But on this one, like I said, we combined November and December, due to the holidays and where it all falls.
Do we have any motions to approve this calendar for our meeting schedule?
I motion to approve consent, calendar for future meetings.
I'd like to second that motion. Madam Secretary, can you please conduct a roll call vote?
Yes, motion by Vice Chair Benitez, seconded by Chair Malfavon to approve the 2026 Youth Commission meeting schedule and locations. Youth Commission Member Luis,
Yes.
Youth Commission Member Munoz,
Yes.
Youth Commission Member Rodriguez,
Yes.
Vice Chair Benitez,
Yes.
and Chair Malfavon.
Yes.
Vote is 5 ayes, 0 nays. That motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Next, we'll move on to the informational items section of the agenda. I will turn it over to the Library Services Director Brian Sternberg to present the Santa Ana Public Library staff report.
Thank you so much for having me tonight, members of the Youth Commission. I'm excited to give you a little bit of an update about a number of our projects that we have going on at the library, as well as some of our programming for the month of October. I want to start by telling you about our new Knowledge Mobile XL. This is a large version of what we already have, so it's going to look a little bit similar. We're pulling up some good pictures that I'm going to show you so you can see what our new vehicle is like. There we go. We're getting a nice bigger view of it. So this vehicle is built on a Ford F-59 chassis. This is like an extended version of a large food truck, but it's not a food truck. This is a mobile library. The cities, we conducted a final inspection now that the vehicle is built on October 14th, and we're ready to announce that the vehicle should be delivered very soon. Initially, we had planned for October 20th through 24th as our delivery date, but when we did some inspection, we found a few things that needed to be corrected. We want to make sure the wrap on the vehicle, holds up over time, and we found a few quality issues on the wrap that our vendor needs to take care of. A couple little mechanical things need to be fixed, especially in terms of our leveling jacks. And this vehicle has a special jack system where if you're parked like that in a parking lot, special jacks will come down and make sure the vehicle stays level if the surface is a little uneven. So if the ground slopes one way and a bunch of people are on it, the vehicle isn't moving or tipping. You also have heavy things on there like carts and equipment. Books. So these jacks come down. So when we went out there and took a look at it, there was some mechanical issues with the jacks, but they're fixing everything. And we are currently waiting to get a delivery date on this vehicle as soon as they get done addressing a few of the issues that I just discussed with you guys. So I know in my report here, I said we're expecting delivery between October 20th and 24th, but it might be delayed by just a few weeks. So we will give you more updates, via our social media, online, or of course at our next Youth Commission meeting about where we stand. But hopefully we'll get delivery very soon, and we will plan on doing an unveiling to the community shortly after we receive the vehicle. So we're really excited about it. Just a couple things to remember about this vehicle. It's going to be equipped with a much more robust technological platform. It's going to have a large exterior LCD. It's hard to see it in these pictures, But on the outside of the vehicle, it's actually a lot bigger than what it looks here too. I don't know if we can see it, if we go to a picture of the exterior. Yeah, so it's hard to see here, but a panel of this vehicle essentially lifts up and there's a TV underneath it. And what you can do is, yeah, it's right there under the awning. It's hard to see it, but the panel lifts up and underneath is a large, about a 60-inch large screen TV, so we can do gaming out in front of it. You can watch movies out in front of it, or do whatever you want. Advertise library programs and services, whatever it might be. So that's just one of the additional features for this time. It's for this larger vehicle. It also has a PA system, sound system. It can do a lot out there. It holds quite a few volumes of books. It's got technology on it. If we're out and we're at events, it's got a refrigerator on it to pass out cold water or beverages to attendees wherever we might be. It's got a little microwave on it. So it's just a great overall vehicle to serve the community with. The white wheels that you see on here right now are just temporary, the rims. The new one will have polished chrome wheels, so it'll even look a little bit snazzier once it gets out on the road for everyone. That being said, I'll move on to my next update, which, thank you for the pictures, the great pictures there. I'll move on to my next update, which is about our Santa Ana Public Library Reimagined, our construction projects. So we celebrated 2 major milestones in August with the openings of 2 new locations. Prior to this, we had not had a new location of the Santa Ana Public Library in about 50 years. So probably many of us sitting in this room were not even alive last time a Santa Ana Public Library was open, which was in the mid-1970s, if you can believe it, and that is our New Hope Library. So with these 2 new locations being open, we're now going to be focusing on our 2 remaining projects, which is our Santa Ana Main Library and our New Hope Library renovations. The historical renovation at the main library is going to preserve the building's mid-century architectural character while also modernizing all of its infrastructure and improving the programming we can do out of there and bringing the building back to its original design intention and layout. The project includes restoration of the building's marble facade, all new mechanicals, plumbing, electrical, HVAC system, and it's going to have a really great new children's interactive learning area in the children's library, which will really engage kids in a lot of hands-on activities, which will make, I think, the library feel much more like a cross between a children's museum and a traditional library, especially in that children's area. We're planning on having substantial completion of construction in June 2026. So we're not that far off. We're already in towards the end of October here. So expect a brand new main library, beginning towards the summer of next year. As a reminder, though, during our closures, library services are being made possible at the Delhi Library, our new Jerome Park Outdoor Library, and at various community centers via our Knowledge Mobile that we have out there right now, and of course our Knowledge Mobile XL, which I just talked to you about, and should be coming in the weeks ahead here. The New Hope Library, of course, is also being transformed. That one's going to have a new glass storefront entrance, a really colorful new building facade, because the building is just kind of, tan. It doesn't, it's sort of done in that brutalist late 60s, 1970s style with not a lot of windows. So we wanted to find a way to really bring some color and liven up the building a lot, especially on the exterior, and get more people to be interested in visiting us and taking advantage of all the programs, books, services, everything that we have to offer. We're going to have a completely renovated outdoor patio at the New Hope Library, going along with my my vision to include both indoor and outdoor spaces at all of our facilities, especially when it comes to programming or just using a computer, getting on Wi-Fi, not just being indoors all the time, but have that capacity to be outside as well and take advantage of things. Substantial completion for this project is targeted for April of next year, so even a little bit before. We'll see if we hit that target, but we expect to be done by summer of that year, if it goes beyond a little bit beyond April. Again, while closed, patrons are being served through all the different library locations that I previously mentioned, including our mobile library units. So now moving to one of our programs, you'll see that I always listed all of the programs that we had throughout the month. For this month, of course, it's October, but I do want to feature a special celebration that we're having this month at the Delhi Center. This is our Dia de los Muertos celebration. We're having Ballet Folklorico Leyenda perform a traditional Aztec dance. We're also going to have artist Marina Aguilera do a free art workshop during this program. So it's going to be great. It's going to have dancing, it's going to have art, just an overall great cultural celebration for Dia de los Muertos. This can't miss performance will take place on Saturday, October 25th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so quite a stretch of time there. It's going to be a fun day. More information, of course, is available on our website, on our calendar, or you can call 714-647-5358 if you need more information. Of course, all the rest of the program for the entire month is listed on the back at the end of the report, and I'm free to take any questions about those as well. Thank you.
I had a question about the Knowledge Mobile.
Yes.
So how would people want to, I don't know how it works. So let's say someone wants to have the Knowledge Mobile go to a park. So is there a way to request that?
Yeah. Typically what people will do to request the Knowledge Mobile is they find we have contact information on our website. We'll put our contact information on social media, our calendars posted, and we get emails all the time. We probably get, maybe an email a week about, whether or not, we're available, we can attend an event or a special event, whatever it might be. And then on top of that, of course, we have our regular running schedule where we'll go to schools, parks, community centers, wherever it might be. And we change those quarterly, those schedules, and try to switch it up and go to different places so we get across the city. But if there's ever any request for, an event to attend or something, that you all want to see the Knowledge Mobile at, feel free to email myself. And of course, online, we have, the contact information as well to make the request.
And then you said that the Knowledge Mobile goes to schools. Is it just the schools in SIUSD, or is it also like charter schools?
Charter
other
schools as well. Yep, charter schools as well. Yep. We don't just go to SAUSD at all. We do visit them, but we do lots of different types of schools.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
I had a question. Do you have a count of how many people interact with the Knowledge Mobile when it's at a park or at a school?
I don't have those numbers with me, but if you'd like, next time I am here and present, I'd be happy to share with you those numbers. It's quite a few. We do a lot of interactions, and it all depends, though, upon the day, upon, if it's just a normal weekly program, at a park for a story time, it could be 15 kids out there, or it might be a much bigger event that we attend where we get hundreds, like if we go out to Fiestas Patrias, we get lots of people at Parks Great Events. So it depends. So is this a huge event, or is it just one of our normal weekly stops? We're not going to get 500 people out on a stop that we visit every week, but we do get those types of numbers typically when we go to big events, or if a school's having some kind of larger event or function, we'll get more kids out there on those types of visit as well, those one-off sort of special events. So it all depends, but I'll be happy to share. It's thousands every year. I want to say off the top of my head, in and around 20-something thousand people a year visit the Bookmobile. But I'll confirm, and let me bring that back next month, or
Thank
2
you.
months from now.
Thank you.
When I think about the Knowledge Mobile, I think more about little kids. How does the Knowledge Mobile affect more teenagers? Or like, how does the Knowledge Mobile like have an impact on older kids?
Yeah, so we try to get out, we do elementary schools, and of course we do parks and community centers, so we hope to, connect with those older kids too, and of course our collections on our vehicle are tailored towards whatever stop we're going to. So if we're going to go to, Willard Intermediate, we have a different set of collection that we'll bring. If we go to a high school, it'll be a little bit different. But yeah, I would say a lot of our bread and butter with these types of services are for the younger ones, but we definitely like to try to get out to the older grade levels as well, intermediate, middle school, and high school. And we tend to put those into our monthly calendars or quarterly calendars and try to visit those schools as well. So if there's a particular school you've been interested in, I can check on that, or if a certain high school or middle school or intermediate, we can look at those as well.
Thank you.
I have a question
Yeah.
for the New Hope Library.
Yes.
What is your vision for the outside patio?
Oh yeah, the outside patio is going to get all new furnishings. It had an old kind of pergola type of structure, and we were having some security issues with it because people were climbing up on that and getting up on the roof. So we're replacing it with actually a better system with shade sails that provide a lot more protection from the sun, but you can't climb on it and you can't get up onto our roof. So we're redesigning it. We're laying all new concrete slab there, all new furnishings, all new. It's sort of, if you've been back there behind the library, it has like it almost feels like a little bit like a prison. It's got this big like metal, silver, gate and door. So we're trying to make it look more attractive, more welcoming. We got rid of all that, all the old metal gates and doors on it, and just putting on a whole new kind of gate system to still keep it closed and keep it secure, but something that's a lot more welcoming. Yeah. So as soon as once we get that, we had some renderings that we showed a long time ago, but as soon as I get to the point in construction where those types of finishes are going on, I'll be sure to share those, bring them back for you guys or put them online. And remember, we typically will update every couple of months all the pictures on our website so you can see what the construction updates look like for our library projects. So check back there as well, see something. But we're not quite there yet. We're still in the sort of the demolition phase of the project. So right now it just looks like a big construction site. But we'll get there soon. It's going to start moving fast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I just had a question regarding, I know you said that you guys cycle kind of schools like quarterly for the Bookmobile.
Yeah.
Is there any way to like request a specific school at all? or no?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
If so, where would that be?
You can send me an email, or you can
Okay.
go online, and if you write on our library's front page, you'll see a little icon that says Knowledge Mobile. If you click on that, there will be contact information right there. Or you can also just send it to SAPL Comments, which
Okay.
is on our main page as well, to
Thank
make a
you.
comment. Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much for having me tonight. Hopefully I answered all your questions.
Thank you, Director Sternberg, for all that great knowledge. Next, I will invite the Parks and Recreation Community Services Zoo Deputy Director Ethan Fisher to present the Santa Ana Zoo staff report.
Hello, good evening, Commissioners. Happy to be here again and give you some updates on what's going on at the zoo. We'll start with some upcoming animal transfers. We have a number of things happening. Sometimes animals come in, sometimes animals leave. On the right is our beautiful male ocelot, who's on his way pretty soon to the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo for a recommendation that the ocelots are part of a managed population in different zoos in the United States. And sometimes there will be a recommendation to move a cat to a different place, hopefully for a pairing and maybe to have kittens in the future. So he had a recommendation to move to Cleveland, so he's not going to be going there. And then on the left, that's a recommendation for animals to come to us, and that is a juvenile Chinese alligator. There's two different species of alligators in the world. There's the American alligator that you find in Florida, and then the Chinese alligator, which has a much smaller population. They're endangered species, and that's the one we're going to be receiving. And they're also smaller. They only get about 5 feet long versus like 10 feet long. So those are two animal transfers in process, and then there's also a number of other ones that are in the report. Talk about the River's Edge project. So that's the new exhibit that you saw when you came to the zoo that was under construction still with the big waterfall. The two key largest habitats in that project are the primate trails area. So that's the habitat for a group of 9 spider monkeys. The animals represented here, they're some of the confiscated spider monkeys that we've received. We received 8 of them over the past year and have now have them all living in a big group together with our one 34-year-old spider monkey. So it's Uncle Patrick and his friends. And they're going to be moving into the habitat hopefully in November. That's the plan. They're all getting along really well together. And then the other animal that is in the process of coming to the zoo are the otters. We're receiving Asian small-clawed otters, which I don't have a picture of, but they're adorable. And there's a pair of them coming from an aquarium in Utah, and we're in the process of bringing them in. And then the other animals that will be living in River's Edge are the howler monkeys that also already live at the zoo, and then a pair of golden lion tamarins, which is a little endangered monkey from Brazil. And they're coming to us from the LA Zoo and the San Diego Zoo. So they're coming the first week in November. Want to say welcome to Dr. Moore. So that's our zoo veterinarian. She was working with us as a part-time contract basis where she came 2 days a week, but we were able to hire her in a full-time position, and her start day is tomorrow. So she'll be with us Tuesday to Saturday to attend to all the animals at the zoo. And we have a comprehensive veterinary health plan where we have wellness checks on all the different animals on a regular set basis every couple of years, and then whatever else comes up during the week, she'll be able to help with that. So that's Dr. Moore. The next one. I haven't been here since we received our accreditation, so that was a huge step. So that was an 8-year project to receive accreditation from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. That's basically like the highest mark you can get as a zoo or aquarium in North America. And there was a written application with all sorts of documentation about our processes and procedures and metrics on the zoo. And then they came, and we had a team that came for 2 days with three inspectors, and they were professionals from other zoos and aquariums. There was someone from the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. There was the director from Disney in Florida that manages the animal kingdom there. He came out. And then we also had a director from the Omaha Henry Dorley Zoo, so three really large institutions. They came and looked at everything we did. And then in September, we went to Florida for the annual conference, and we had a hearing, and then they asked us a few more questions before they decided to grant us accreditation. So that opens a lot of doors for working closer with other accredited zoos, and also eases the ability to transfer and acquire animals between other accredited zoos and aquariums. And then it tells the public too, it's like, okay, you're meeting the best standards for your organization. So that's that. We're really proud of that. The Hive, so this project is about to start construction. Hasn't started construction yet, but we awarded a construction contract. And it's going to build a multi-purpose room. So that's a building where we can have special exhibits, we can have education programs, we can have meetings, seminars, we can have it open to the public, do site rentals, all different things. So that's about to start construction, and that'll take about a year for construction. So hopefully in 2027, we'll be able to have one of our meetings there. A few other construction things. The Pathway project is coming along. So if you remember coming to the zoo, many of the pathways at the front of the zoo were dirt, and they're pretty nice when it's dry weather, but when it rains, they get really muddy and sloggy, and it's hard for people to get around, and their strollers and the wheelchairs get dirty. And so we're just about done wrapping up this first pathway project. In the center here around this tree, there's a really neat mosaic that has a couple animals embedded in the concrete. That's pretty cool. And another accessibility project that I didn't have in the report, but is our brand new crosswalk. And then Public Works installed a light signal at Chestnut and Zoo Lane right next to the zoo, so it makes it easier for drivers to get to the zoo. And it's fun for pedestrians to walk to the zoo as well. It has different zoo animals in the crosswalk. So that just went in. And hopping over to a different site that we have, I talked about the Eco Center before. So that's still coming along. We're in the process of getting that turtle tank on the right up and running with the water and the filtration system and all of that good stuff, so that we can have the turtles living in there. And then get that like officially ribbon cutted, reopened. But right now you can still visit it. It is open mostly on the weekends or Friday through Monday. And we have scheduled programs there that we advertise on social media and on the zoo website. I'll go to the next slide. Boo at the Zoo is going on right now. That's our Halloween event. We just had the Saturday and Sunday were really busy and popular. The mascots all made an appearance, which were really popular. There's music, there's trick-or-treat stations, the rides are open. You can go on the train ride, and there's like smoke and fog, and it's a fun event. There's also resident tickets, so that's Boo at the Zoo resident tickets. The resident tickets just have a very nominal like administrative fee. I think it's $2 a ticket, and you can come to the event. So there's still tickets available for this coming weekend, the 25th and the 26th. So you go to the ticketing page, you scroll down, and you'll see the Santa Ana resident tickets. I think the normal price for the event is about $25. So if you know anyone that might be interested, I'm putting that out there. This one is probably for the Parks and Rec Commission, because you're not old enough to go to this one. But yeah, we will have a brew at the zoo. Your parents might be interested in going. We'll have brew at the zoo coming up in May, and then and then I always end in it. If you know anyone that's interested in volunteering, we always have different volunteer opportunities. So happy to answer any questions.
I was wondering if we could set up a meet and greet for the new veterinarian of the zoo, Dr.
So we can bring her to the Parks and Rec Commission, and the Youth Commission. We'll bring her both.
I have a friend who has like very similar interests and who would like to speak to you on like what it's like to take on this type of career. And so I just thought it would be really helpful for other students who have maybe similar interests too.
Definitely, yeah. Happy to, you can send me an email and connect us, or if they're more interested in talking to Dr. Moore, I can connect with her too. She'll have the city email as well. And then we're talking about, we're still brainstorming, but there might be some, since she'll be there on a regular basis at the zoo, more hours, maybe having some times during the week where there's like a meet and greet with the zoo vet for the public too, where she's stationed at Animal Habitat and can talk to people and just give some more insight, because I think that's something that a lot of the visitors are really interested in, maybe don't know that much about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a question about the new crosswalks that you just painted. Like, who designed these new crosswalks? Was it someone local artist, or was it someone from the staff?
There's a graphic designer that we work with closely that has done many of the interpretive graphics throughout the zoo, and he created a concept for the crosswalk.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a question regarding the river's edge. When would it be finished fully?
So we're working through a few small remaining items that we need to do to get it ready. It's a little bit dependent on the otter's exact arrival, which isn't completely set yet, sometime in November, but it depends on the other aquarium too. And then once we get them, we need to give them just a little bit of time to establish, make sure everything is good, and then we'll be able to do it. So hopefully before the end of the year.
Thank you.
Yeah. But we'll definitely be sending invites to the commission when we're ready with that. Okay.
I just have one
Oh,
last
sure.
question about the certification
Mm-hmm.
and the accreditation. So what does that like mean exactly for the zoo? Like, does that give you able to get different type of animals that other zoos wouldn't be able to get?
It does a few different things. One, it streamlines some of the regulations that affect zoos. So in California, if you're a AZA accredited facility, there's certain things that are just easier permit-wise with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, which regulates people that are working with exotic animals. So that's a really big thing. There's a lot of it'll save us a lot of time and make a lot of things easier. Then with the conservation programs, the collaborative programs for different endangered species and rare animals, having the accreditation also makes it much easier to work in those programs and collaborate to acquire animals from other zoos, and then also to send animals to other zoos. There's a monkey we're getting from another institution, and they were waiting for us to be accredited. Same thing with the Chinese alligators. That's one that we could acquire because we're accredited. Not being accredited, you may be able to get it, but it'd be it's not a guarantee, and it can be much more challenging. There's also some grants sometimes that require you to be accredited, and there's a lot more opportunities to collaborate within the zoo and aquarium field with other colleagues, so other professionals at conferences and meetings. There's more networking opportunities to learn about what everyone's doing and like sort of cutting edge things. And then for the public, that's kind of like tells the public that's interested in knowing that, like, okay, they meet these really high standards in how they care for their animals and have a safe and responsible organization. So lots of different things.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Well, thank you, Deputy Director Fisher, for all that great information. We'll now close the meeting with any closing comments. Executive Director Hawk Scott, do you have any closing comments?
Again, just want to thank you guys for what you guys do and for you guys showing up to a lot of our events and stuff. I'll keep sending you guys emails to keep inviting you. You'll be getting one from me tomorrow for this Friday. We will be out at El Salvador for the Harvest Fest in one of our community gardens. Really nice event. So if you guys can make it out there this Friday, it'd be great. And of course, as Deputy Director Fisher said, we will have weekend 2 of Boo at the Zoo. So if you guys are looking to come and hang out with us, please let me know. We'll make sure we can get you guys to come, see what it is. This past weekend, we had a great number of people showed up. Our recording secretary showed up with her family and little Logan, so it was great to see her out there. So a lot of people showed up, a lot of great costumes. So yeah, and then like I said, coming up, we do have our Plaza Navideña coming up. That'll be November 22nd. I'll make sure you guys get an invite to that. It's when we light up the Christmas tree over there at Playa Calle Cuatro. And yeah, just little things happening here and there that I'll continue to invite you guys to and continue to guys get you involved. So again, thank you all for what you guys do and being advocates for us. And again, Wyatt, happy birthday. Little Mama Burby told me over there it was official, so I didn't want to give it to you. So anyways, I'll learn the rest of y'all's too. So anyways, thank you guys for all you guys do.
Thank you, Executive Director Scott. Finally, any commission member closing comments? Youth Commissioner Luis?
Yeah, I have a comment to make. So for the past months or so, we have been seeing ICE agents across like the county, and I want to make an awareness about this network that I heard about. It's called the OC Rapid Response, and I want to like share with you guys about how this works. So basically, you can call this number or text them, and if you've seen like someone get detained, you call this number. I just want to like spread awareness, so because I'm Mexican, I just like want to protect my community. Yeah.
Youth Commissioner Munoz?
Yes, I just wanted to kind of admire the knowledge that Brian kind of gave to us. Like, the reason I asked about adding, possibly like requesting a school, is because my brother, I'm present sometimes when my mom like reads him a story when I need to ask her for something, and he's really fascinated by what she reads him. So I would definitely like to have like the bookmobile present at my brother's school. I think that'd be a great opportunity. But thank you everyone for being here today.
Yeah, if I can add on to that, and Director Sternberg, I mean, me and him are really proud of the outdoor library kiosk that we have out there at Jerome Park. So you guys, help spread the word for our community. Go check it out. It's a great little park, great little features out there that the library helped us do out there at Jerome Park, and their kiosk is doing very well from what I understand. So, also another opportunity if want to get, along with the bookmobiles, to go out there and check out some books with the kiosk.
Youth Commissioner Rodriguez?
Yeah, I have a comment. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for coming out here. Brian, Ethan, I like how you guys shared info that we probably didn't know. So thank you for that. Also like to share something that I was part of. I was part of the Sandpoint Park planning team from the start to the end of their new playground. I never realized how much goes into the idea of building a new playground. I want to thank Kaboom, Public Works, Parks and Rec, Pacific Life Foundation, First Financial Resource, the Wright Family, Sandpoint residents, and I'm looking forward to see the new future projects that the city has, and thank you.
Vice Chair
Hold on,
Benitez?
and just give a follow-up comment on that, on Sandpoint, because you guys bring up some good points. In probably about a couple of weeks, we will have a grand opening, as we will complete the project with concrete and rubber surfacing. And it's going to be a great grand opening as that has fully ADA access, including a play equipment for wheelchairs. So I'm really excited for you guys to get out there, and hope we can get all 5 of you guys out there to join us for that celebration. And thank you guys for being a part of it. It was a lot of fun.
Vice Chair Benitez.
I just want to thank all the speakers for coming out and sharing, yeah, like all this information. And I would like to set a goal for our next meeting is to brainstorm some ideas on how to really reach our youth. And I like that we received this information, but I just really want to apply it to really advocate for who we stand with, our wards, and I just want to set that goal. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for everybody for coming out here tonight and attending this meeting. And like you guys have talked about Sandpoint, I like to also mention that I stopped by when they were building the Kaboom playground last weekend, and I wanted to thank all the city staff and volunteers who helped make that possible, because it's going to be a great thing for our youth, and I thank you guys for that. And without further ado, the next Youth Commission meeting is scheduled for Monday, November 17th at 6 p.m. at the City Hall Council Chambers. Before the commission, I hereby adjourn the meeting at 6:46 p.m.